Good evening and welcome to our virtual conferring ceremony for the class of 2020. We are so sorry not to be able to meet you in person to celebrate with you this evening, but we are delighted to mark your achievements with this special event. 2020 was a challenging year for everyone, but you faced an even greater challenge: to sit your exams and obtain your qualification in the midst of a global pandemic. We worked hard to ensure that you could continue your studies by moving all our exams online, and you embraced the move to online, and here you are tonight being conferred with your qualification. Tonight is about recognising your achievement. You should be very proud. I would warmly like to welcome all of our guests here this evening who join us online, and we thank you for the support that you've shown to everyone being conferred here this evening. A special word of thanks to all our employer firms who continue to support their staff in pursuing our qualifications. In particular, I would like to thank the many firms who so generously sponsor the awards. This year, we awarded 18 prizes from 12 sponsoring firms, and we are really grateful for this level of support. As Director of Educational Strategy, I wish to invite you all to stay involved with the Institute, as our aim was not to support you just while you were a student, but to support you throughout your entire career. At the moment, we have hundreds of members contributing to our Institute as authors, editors, lecturers, examiners, moderators, committee or council member, and we would be delighted to welcome as many of you as possible to become contributing members of the Institute. So now, on to the conferring, and I will begin this evening with the presentation of the Tax Technician certificates. Stiana Angelova, Darren Bates, Lorna Brennan, Helen Buckley, Patrick Matthew Casey, Jennifer Clancy, Anne-Marie Crinan, Aideen Conane, Ashley Curran, Yolanda De Castro, Paul Dunn, Mark Hyland, Dorina Kelly, Flamina Kozleva, Aoife McCaffrey, Margaret MacDonald, Eamon Maroney, Sylvia O'Donoghue, Aoife O'Loughlin, Brianna Petskova, Ruth Ryan. The overall first place candidate in the Tax Technician exams is Ruth Ryan. Congratulations to all our new Tax Technician members. I'd now like to invite our President Sandra Clark to address you.
Good evening to you all and welcome to our virtual conferring ceremony. It's great to have so many of you joining us from wherever you are in the country for this event. I'm sure many of you are watching in with members of your family, and I hope you're all able to celebrate in the modest way that is allowed under the Level 5 restrictions. In addition to our 231 new CTA graduates, we have a group of students who are also being conferred as tax technicians this evening. This event is to welcome you all as members of the Institute and, of course, to congratulate you on your achievement as our newest graduates. And what an achievement it has been. At the best of times, to be conferred as a Chartered Tax Advisor is seriously impressive. But to come through what is by any standards an arduous and demanding programme in the middle of a pandemic is truly outstanding. You're all had to break a lot of new ground throughout this very difficult year. Whether it was pivoting very quickly to an exclusive online model of learning, coping with the stress and uncertainty about when and how your exams would take place, and then having to undertake the daunting experience of being the first students of the Institute to do your exams online. It's no exaggeration to say you've been through the mill, and yet here you are this evening, coming through with flying colours to take your rightful place as tax professionals. You should be very proud of that achievement for the rest of your lives. As President of the Institute, it's my great privilege to welcome you into the Institute. We're delighted that despite the pandemic, our new membership has held up surprisingly well. The Chartered Tax Advisor is the leading tax qualification in Ireland, and it is recognised internationally as the gold standard in tax education. The Institute constantly benchmarks our programme against the very best in the world. And as newly qualified CTAs, you have the skills and knowledge you need to excel as tax professionals. You joined the profession at an extraordinarily busy and fascinating time. From the start of the COVID crisis, tax has been at the heart of the many measures the government has introduced to support businesses and jobs. As you know, these measures had to be drawn up under huge pressure, and in fairness to revenue, they were implemented at breakneck speed. As important actors at the coalface, our members all over the country have played a vital role through the Institute in refining those measures to make them more efficient and more effective in protecting jobs and supporting workers and their families throughout the state. And that's what happens when you work in tax. I've been in practice for over 30 years now, and I can tell you, in times of crisis, tax advisors, as the interface between business and the state, are front and centre. It's happening at the moment as we try to mitigate the impact of Brexit on trade. So be aware, what you will do in your career really matters, not just to your clients, but to the broader economy and well-being of our people. It's 42 years since the first group of 11 students was conferred by the Institute. Our profession has seen enormous change in that time. Our membership is far more diverse, a lot more women, for example, and the work opportunities for CTAs have broadened into all parts of the public and corporate sector and across all areas of industry, from tech startups to multinational manufacturers. The opportunities in practice have broadened too. You can travel the world with the big firms, or you can progress, like I did, to owning and managing your own practice. I'm now a partner in the practice I actually trained with 30 years ago. I ended up buying a 50% share, and my business partner and I now employ 22 people. Our client base is mostly small SMEs, and we also act for a large number of medical practices. So the CTA qualification will open many and varied routes for all of you graduating today. And with the amount of change taking place in tax internationally and domestically, I can assure you, you won't be bored. In fact, today is only the beginning of the process of lifelong learning and professional development for you all as tax professionals. The Institute offers a range of certificate and diploma programmes, a dynamic, up-to-date CPD programme, an electronic information service, as well as an extensive suite of essential tax publications. All these excellent resources are there for you as valued members. Tax administration and advising clients on their tax affairs is a serious matter. As CTAs, you are highly skilled and knowledgeable on key legislation, and you're well equipped to deal with domestic tax and international tax. But the quality that really matters is your integrity. If that falters, no amount of technical expertise will come to your rescue. Like everything in life, trust is key, and if you abide by the high professional standards the Institute sets for its members, you won't go wrong. I'd also urge you to be an active participant in the work of the Institute. We need energetic new members to contribute to the important work we do in shaping and influencing tax policy and administration. I've been involved in the Institute's tax administration work for 20 years, and until recently I chaired the Tax Administration Committee. I can tell you, you get back far more than you give from your involvement with the Institute. Before I finish, I want to say a special word of congratulations to all our very talented prize winners this evening. I know you have received your awards, and I want to thank the firms for their generosity. I also want to thank your families for the support they gave you throughout your studies. I hope you enjoyed this very different conferring event. I have to tell you, it kills me that we're not all in the O'Reilly Hall enjoying the buzz of the annual conferring. Every past president says it's the most memorable event in the Institute's calendar, and however bad it is for me to be missing it, it breaks my heart that you've been deprived of a great way to celebrate such an important milestone in your lives. But given the circumstances, I think we would all agree that it's a small price to pay when so many have lost so much over the last year. Enjoy the rest of the virtual proceedings, and best wishes for the years ahead.
Thank you, Sandra. We will now announce our new associates for 2020. Catherine Aragain, Aaron Atkinson, Kevin Banbury, Katuna Baratsvili, Brenda Barr, Chloe Barrett, Mark Barrow, Orla Barry, Rachel Beggins, Brian Byrne, Peter Bogdanoff, Kieran Bouse, Sarah Bradley, Kaylin Brady, Kira Brady, Kieran Brannock, David Brown, Owen Buckley, Edward Burke, Elaine Butler, Emer Byrne, Porrick Cahill, Isabel Carnes, Dolores Canis Bergerano, Joseph Carlin, Hazel Carmody, Philip Carr, Alex Carroll, Lauren Carroll, Neve Casey, Ava Chambers, Dervla Clohessy, Matthew Coakley, Callum Coffey, Hannah Coleman, Tara Connaughton, Emily Corcoran, Aisling Cronin, Neve Cross, Keelan Cullinan, Jason Daly, Mihal Daly, Emma Delaney, Anya Dennehy, Kevin Donovan, John Joe Dunn, Alva Egan, Connor Egan, Natasha Eves, Vicky Farrell, Julia Firanova, Leanne Fitzgerald, Brian Flynn, Mihai Fosca, Brona Foley, Laura Ellen Ford, Adam Fox, Zoe Fox, Emer Fury, Aoife Gallagher, Asma Garagum, Aoife Garrett, David Gibson, David Gillen, Therese Glavy, Kevin Gleeson, Patrick Good, Morris Goodwin, Louise Graham, Joseph Grant, Brad Green, Colin Green, Sarah Green, Aisling Gregory, Neve Gregory, Nicola Griffin, Michelle Ham, Chloe Hannon, Sinead Harmon, Amy Harnett, Christopher Hickey, Coach Jackson, Colin Jones, Ian Jordan, Michelle Kavanagh, Shane Kavanagh, Patrick Keane, Sarah Keane, Caitlin Carney, Alice Keating, Sarah Keating, Cecilia Kelly, Colin Kelly, Laura Kelly, Maria Kelly, Marie Kelly, Sheila Kelly, Shane Kendrick, Rachel Kennedy, Sinead Keogh, Enda Karen, Damien Kinnery, Stephanie Kirby, Aoife Kerwin, Gracina Klimek, Alexander Kozlov, Natalia Krupska, Aaron Lamb, Adam Leahy, Shireen Lee, Daniel Lenehan, Anne Leonard, Viking Lee, Julian Lisi, Christopher Lillis, Carolyn Lindsay, Mary Long, John Loughlin, Eamon Lovett, Kate Lupton, Jacinta Lynch, Jason Lynch, Suman Maharyan, Caroline Maloney, David Manning, Fahir Manzoor Dar, Tony Marchand, Brian Marsh, Sophie Marshall, Aisling McCarthy, Fergal McConnon, Ivan McCormack, Anne MacDonald, Sarah McKevitt, Niall McFeely, Mark McGarry, Timothy McGovern, Caroline McHale, Ada McHugh, Stacey McEnroe, Colin McKeown, Daniel Mead, Simon Myrna, Sarah Merriman, Dylan Myler, Mark Miller, Holly Minahan, Laura Monaghan, Owen Mongie, David Moran, Anka Morar, Fiona Morgan, Deirdre Moynihan, Ciara Muldoon, Cormac Mulvihill, Jenna Murdoch, James Murphy, Jessica Murphy, Siobhan Murphy, Louise Murray, Richard Murray, Cian Naughton, Kelly Naughton, Lorraine Nelson, Dervla Ní Flynn, Gerard O'Callaghan, David O'Connell, Phelim O'Connor, Patrick O'Donovan, Robert O'Dwyer, Daniel O'Leary, Amy O'Regan, Sean O'Regan, Aisling O'Reilly, Sinead O'Riordan, Conor O'Shea, Ciara O'Sullivan, Joanne O'Sullivan, Jamie Painter, Shauna Parle, Patrick Peat, Adam Power, Ciara Power, Joe Quealy, Jamie Ralph, Desmond Reynolds, Jack Reynolds, Susan Rice, Breed Rochford, Arcadius Royak, Adam Ronayne, Porrick Rowan, Susan Ruan, Philip Ryan, Anakim Samuel, Susie Sanyanga, Eseogene Elizabeth Shalomi, David Shanahan, Kevin Shannon, Teresa Shortall, Natalie Short, Emily Seaby, Aidan Slattery, Aoife Slevin, Aoife Smith, Shane Stenson, Emma Strutt, Yali Sue, Michael Sullivan, Michael Tansley, Verda Tanvir Alam, Oisin Taylor, Suzanne Teeling, Alison Tyndall, Dean Tolland, Aoife Travers, Peter Traynor, Adam Trundle, Andrea Toohey, Aidan Toomey, Anna Vainsfeld, Andrew Vickers, Niamh Wafer, Sinead White, Mark Woodhouse, Eamon Woods, Laura Rafter, Asa Yamada, Killian Young, Xiongwan Huan, Ninoska Safra. And finally, I would like to announce the prize winners for 2020. The first place candidate in the August 2020 exams is Alvin Petersay. The first place candidate in the Part 1 December exams is Stephanie Walsh. The first place candidate in the Part 2 August exams is Jen Preston. And the first place candidate in the December Part 2 exams is Anna Ford. And now to the Part 3 prizes. In third place in the Part 3 August exams is Michelle Ham. And third place in the December Part 3 exams is Sarah McKevitt. Second place in the Part 3 exams for August is Sophie Marshall. And second place in the Part 3 exams in December is Anakim Samuel. First place in the August Part 3 exams is Sarah Bradley. And first place in the December Part 3 exams is Joanne O'Sullivan. So that concludes our virtual conferring ceremony for this evening. I would like to thank my colleagues on the Institute's education team for all the support that they showed to our students throughout their studies. Once again, on behalf of Council and the Institute, we sincerely wish you every success in the future and look forward to supporting you in the coming years as members of the Institute. I will leave you now with a recap of our award winners. Thank you.